everyone, thanks for tuning in. I hope you're having a peaceful day. Today we're going through a story that's been unfolding fast, the arrest of 22-year-old Tyler Robinson, who authorities say is the suspect in the fatal shooting of Charlie Kirk at Utah Valley University. There are a lot of new details, some chilling, some confusing, and I want to walk you through them, not just what's known, but what we don't yet know, and what it might mean. I'd love to hear your thoughts down in the comments as we go. So here's what we know right now. Tyler Robinson was arrested after about a 33-hour manhunt. He allegedly confessed, or at least implied responsibility, to a family member. That family member passed on the information through a family friend, who then contacted law enforcement. Robinson is now booked into the Utah County Jail. Robinson is a third-year electrical apprenticeship student at Dixie Technical College in southern Utah. He had briefly attended Utah State University in 2021, studying pre-engineering before taking a leave of absence. Public records also show he registered to vote back in 2021, but as of recently was inactive and did not declare any political party affiliation. His parents, though, are registered Republicans. Now, some of the more bizarre and disturbing aspects of the case revolve around engravings on bullet casings and online messages. Several of the spent or unspent casings found with the weapon and near the scene had phrases like, "Hey fascist, catch," references to Bella Ciao, a World War II anti-fascist song, and other messages. One engraving even read, "If you read this you're gay, El Mayo." Another had what looked like video game controller input symbols, up arrow, right arrow, 3 down arrows, which people are interpreting as a reference to Helldivers 2. There was also a message linked to online trolling language like, "Notices bulges OWO, what's this?" Authorities also reviewed messages Robinson allegedly sent via Discord. Those messages are said to refer to retrieving a rifle from a drop point, leaving it hidden in a bush wrapped in a towel, monitoring the area, changing outfits after the shooting, and even engraving bullets. The weapon that was recovered is believed to be a bolt-action hunting rifle, a Mauser Model 98 in .30-06 caliber with a scope. It was found in a wooded area near the university. What's striking is how Robinson's own family played a role. His father reportedly recognized him from surveillance photos released by authorities. Initially, Tyler resisted surrendering. In fact, he allegedly threatened suicide rather than turn himself in. But eventually, after conversations with his father and a youth pastor connected to law enforcement, he surrendered. On the legal side, Robinson is facing several charges: aggravated murder, unlawful discharge of a firearm, and obstruction of justice. Authorities say they believe he acted alone. As for motive, that's still murky. The engravings, the online messages, the planning hints, all suggest premeditation and possibly political anger. There's also evidence he had been discussing his dislike of Charlie Kirk with family members in the days leading up to the event. But whether this was ideologically driven, or a mix of personal grievance plus ideological rage, or something else entirely, maybe mental health or the influence of online culture, remains to be clarified. Now, a few things I find myself wondering, and I want you to think about, too. First, how much influence does online culture have when someone makes a move like this? The gamer references, trolling, the engravings, are they just for shock value, or do they reveal how motives are blending together these days? Second, how do we balance free speech with public safety? If someone is politically opposed to a figure, when is it just criticism, and when does it cross the line into something dangerous? And third, what can be done to detect or intervene in behavior like this before it escalates into violence? I also can't stop thinking about the role of the family here. It must have been unimaginably difficult, recognizing images on the news, realizing it might be your child. Yet his father pushed him to surrender. Do families have warning signs that get overlooked? And if they do, are there enough resources to step in earlier before tragedy strikes? Another layer to all of this is the larger political climate. The U.S. is deeply divided, and rhetoric can often get heated. If someone feels like they're constantly in an environment of anger, threat, or hostility, does that make them more likely to justify violence? It's a tough question, but one that this case really brings into focus. To sum up, Tyler Robinson, 22, is now in custody. Investigators say the evidence against him is significant. The weapon, the engravings, the messages, the planning details. They believe he acted alone. But motive hasn't been fully nailed down, and the investigation is still ongoing. There will be legal proceedings, more digging into his background, and maybe even psychological evaluations to come. If you took away anything from this story, I hope it's this. It shows how planning, ideology, online culture, family dynamics, and political climate can intersect in tragic ways. And it's a reminder that how we talk, how we disagree, and how we treat each other can have very real consequences. Thanks for sticking with me through this. If you found this breakdown helpful or thought-provoking, please hit the like button. It really helps the channel. And if you're new here or want to stay on top of how this story develops, I'd love it if you subscribed and clicked the bell so you don't miss the next update. Share this video with someone who might want to understand more than just the headlines. Take care, stay thoughtful, and I'll see you in the next one.